Cute, isn't it? Maybe a little bit too cute. Possibly we can find something a bit more mature.
The only problem with this one is that no one wants to take me seriously most of the time.
Nah, it'll hit me eventually.
SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom.
Nah, I don't think that's it.
Reaching into the deepest, darkest depths of my mind, it's scary sometimes. Whatever game you're thinking about, nah, that's child's play. Here's what real adults play. That's right. Only the best of the best is able to withstand its power. The ultimate cure for playing too much Mario. It's a close second. SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom released in 2003 for the GameCube, PS2, original Xbox, Game Boy Advance, and PC. It was a simple 3D platformer. It vaguely represents something you would find in Super Mario 64, except it had a lot of floatier controls. The Game Boy Advance version would be a 2D platformer, and the PC version being a point-and-click game. Before Battle for Bikini Bottom, the SpongeBob games were kinda just there. Not bad by any means, but nothing to write home about.
This isn't my house!
But then, SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom came crashing in and took the whole world by storm. Asterisk. It also received Favorite Game at the 2004 Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards.
Let me guess. Because it was on GameCube.
Plot of the console version. Yes, it does get confusing. Plot is that Plankton has this machine to make robots and to steal the Krabby Patty secret formula, but he forgets to set it to obey. SpongeBob and Patrick at the same time wish for a bunch of robots and they don't suspect a thing. The original game's visuals aren't all that pleasant to me. Sure, it's kid-friendly, you can tell it's SpongeBob, but it looks like he's about to haunt some nightmares. You go through Bikini Bottom and various other areas collecting golden spatulas. It doesn't seem like a difficult task, right? Well, some areas require you to complete without dying, which can be difficult sometimes. Probably a bug, though.
What a great way to cover up my insecurity.
And you also receive a fact from Mr. Crab, i.e., one of two characters that sounded weird here, telling you that you need to get shiny objects to trade for golden spatulas. I'm sure this game alone caused most of the gambling problems.
And I have fallen victim.
Shiny objects in this game are the currency, really used for nothing other than trading golden spatulas from Mr. Krabs. The PC version had various minigames to play with SpongeBob's friends being captured, and it's your job to set them free. And, funny enough, a demo of the PC release was on a SpongeBob episode collection DVD. Try it, I'm sure it would work with any modern PC. It would boot right up. But it just refuses to launch for me, and I don't blame it. Back to the console version. The starting area is SpongeBob's house, which this makes a perfect area to get used to the controls. Various rooms around his house teach you the controls that you have from the start. There are special moves that SpongeBob can unlock later on in the game, but those don't get taught here. Or you can just completely ignore all hope for humanity and get straight into the game. This game has loads upon loads of areas to explore. The game has Jellyfish Fields, Downtown, Goo Lagoon, Sandy's Tree Dome, Krusty Krab, the Dutchman's Graveyard, that's to name a few. And even tripping! The dream sections are quite weird. They resemble the character's dreams, but except Patrick, because that was cut from early on. The main area of Bikini Bottom is divided up into 3 different sections. After clearing a section, or just grabbing enough spatulas, you can head into a gate dividing the areas. These would consist of Robot Patrick and Robot Sandy. A boss fight.
I was expecting something a bit more scarier.
Here you go.
Whoa, get away, get away, get away, get away!
This is where the actual boss fights happen. Why do I say actual? There are smaller boss fights spread throughout the game, but there aren't really much of a threat. The goal of the game is to get 75 golden spatulas, no matter the means. Well, in that case, the only issue I have is with the goal. Sure, there's an overall goal to get 75 golden spatulas for the final boss, but each location has multiple smaller goals going on at the same time, which is insane!
Why?
You get to play as SpongeBob, Patrick, and Sandy, and they all have special abilities that would be essential throughout the game, but each character has certain functions that are exclusive to each one. The console version is just okay. I think it's perfect, but other people have different opinions. This game is a collectathon, which yeah, it's bad when a game relies on you just collecting the same thing over and over again, but this is SpongeBob we're talking about. He can't possibly have a bad game. Nickelodeon heard, and they delivered. It's too late. The simulation's breaking.
And that was it, just for the console version. Now yes, we are going to go insane, just be patient.
But remember, this game was also released for PC and Game Boy Advance during the time too. What? Why did they mess this one up? The Game Boy Advance version is a level-based 2D platformer, and it is still a collectathon. Plot of this one is that a robot invasion is putting Mr. Krabs out of business and to get into the chum bucket, not much else. This one is divided up into 4 different chapters, which doesn't make any sense at all. The locations are the same, or at least most of are, with some minor differences here and there. And also, password reliance? This game relies on passwords for progress, which if you take a look at Mario, for example, you don't need them. When talking about SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom, it creeps me out. But when talking about SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom, I absolutely love. Well, I just hate it when you bring up SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom. But this isn't the worst one. Oh no, my friend. The PC version has a demo included with SpongeBob Goes Prehistoric DVD, and I didn't know that, so we get to experience torture. Again, PC version is just a minigame pack DVD with nothing relating to the console or even the GBA version. SpongeBob's friends have been taken in cages, and you have to free them by playing multiple minigames while collecting objects which the entire PC release confuses me. After collecting all items, return them to their owners, and then
That's it. The game's complete. I know, it's scary.
This version retail for $20, which I don't even know why there's a demo.
I don't even know why this one exists.
But that's not how deep we can go. SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom was remade in 2020 for PS4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, and PC, and it's not bad this time. The game uses voice lines from the original, so everything's not perfect, but the game now is visually demanding, which is good, and the PC release is the console version, and not a throwaway minigame collection. This is honestly the greatest remake to ever exist. Comparing this to something like Super Mario Odyssey, it looks amazing. That's because they use this thing called Unreal Engine, a free-to-use game developer program, a program that is able to push some of the craziest looking visuals. Another thing is that the remake revamped the menus. The main screen is still the same as the original, but the pause menu is completely updated, and it was very much needed. And it was the Switch version was the first time we got some sort of home release on the go, and how does it perform? I don't know what happened here. I mean, it's good, but it performs awful here. And for me, buying the Nintendo Switch version as the first version of the remake to have, it's almost like trying dog food blindfolded.
Wish me luck.
Now there's multiplayer too. During the reveal of the game, they said, let's bring back content. Cut content, if you will.
Huh, I wish.
The base game is basically untouched. Nothing changed here.
What?
Yeah, all the extra content is put into the new multiplayer mode. So what was originally a collectathon mess is still a collectathon mess. This game too also laid the groundwork for SpongeBob the Cosmic Shake.
And now Battle for Bikini Bottom will be slated down in history as one of the greatest games of all time. Take that with a grain of salt, if you will. I love SpongeBob, I love video games, and I love this game specifically because it's not like the other games that we see nowadays. Of course, it was a unique experience for the game, and highly unique for people now. But of course, what do we have to expect for games after SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom? We have a lot of work to do.